should turn red here in a second. There we go. And let's get to the questions. 3.4, let's see if these are in order. 33, okay, they're pass accurates. Okay, so we're going to start from the bottom. So 3.4, 15/8. 3.4, 15/8. And please let me know if I've covered these before, okay? Okay, I did that one. We did that one. That took us like all class last period. That's not a test question. It shouldn't be. It's too long. So I'm going to delete that one. And this one is 3.4, 29/14. Okay, a building is 3 foot from a 11-foot fence that surrounds the property. Okay, I'm looking at this. There's the building. There's 3 foot. Okay. All right. A worker wants to wash a window in the building 16 feet from the ground. 16 feet from the ground. Okay, he plans to place a ladder over the fence so it rests against the building. Okay. He decides he should place the ladder 10 foot from the fence for stability. To the nearest tenth of a foot, how long a ladder will he need? Okay, I'm looking to see what we have. So we've got 11 feet and 5 feet. That's 16 feet and 13 feet. So this is Pythagorean Theorem. Looks like to me it's the Pythagorean Theorem. I'm not sure, but we can take our handy dandy and we have 10 plus 3 feet, that's 13 feet, plus 16 feet is equal to C. Take the square root of it, and that's going to be 169 plus 16 is 196, isn't it? No, it's more than that. It's 256. Somebody check me. What's 16 squared? That's all right. Y'all won't talk to me today, so 16 squared. It is 256. And 256 plus 169 is 425, and raise that to the 0.5 power. I get 20.655. 20.655. 21 feet. I don't know if he wants to round to the nearest tenth. Yeah, we often go to Lowe's and buy a ladder to the nearest tenth of a foot. Whatever. Actually, you would raise it to the whole number. Okay. Is it? Yeah, you got 20.615. Oh, I didn't take my medicine this morning. 615. Thank you, Mr. Stiles. You never did tell me if you were kin to AJ. All right, so 20.6. 20.6. And that's equal to, excellent. Now that is a good test question. Why? Because it's short and sweet and to the point, but you have to use a little bit of thinking. Because I guarantee you somebody thought, you know, oh, that's hard. I don't even want to fool with this one. Well, you didn't have to do any trig. All you had to do was Pythagorean theorem. So that's the kind of questions I like to put on the test. Next one. 3.4, 33/15. The manager of a 100-unit apartment complex knows from experience that a rent of $1,200 a month, all units will be rented. However, for each increase of $20 in rent, he can expect one to be vacated. Let X represent the number of $20 increases over $1,200. Expressed in terms of X, the number of apartments that will be rented if X increases of $20 are made. For example, in such increases, number of apartments will be 100 minus 3 equals 97. I have no earthly idea what they're talking about on this problem. Okay, they have worded this problem to where a person would not even try to do it.
Yeah, I got confused on this one, and I think the last one, even though it was simpler, I just got overwhelmed with all the
you
weird
don't have any reason to be ashamed to be confused on this one, because this question, it's got a sign on it that says we're going to do everything we can to confuse the student before they finish the question. Okay, by the time you get to the end of this question, you're saying, I'm not going to do this question. Stupid. Okay, the manager of 100 company knows that the experience that a rent of $1,200 per month, all units will be rented. However, for each increase of $20 in rent, he can expect one unit to be vacated. Let X represent the number of $20 increases over $1,200. We're gonna get some help on this one because I have no idea how to do it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, this one says it's about the same thing. Increase of $40. We're just going to do this one and we'll come back and do it because I'm going to be honest with you. I've never seen this question before and it's very confusing. So to find the number of rented apartments, first notice that the total number of apartments is 120. Yeah, I can understand that because the manager of, in this one is 100. Okay, but we're going to forget that problem. We're just going to do this one. Okay, so the number of apartments that will be rented if X increases of $40 are made, for example, with 3 such increases. Now, where do you get 3 such increases? I guess they just pulled that out of the air. I don't see 3 increases. So 3 increases will be 120 minus 3 is 117. To find the number of rented, the first notice the number of apartments is 120. Okay, 120 minus X. Express rent per apartment of $40 are made. So 1,200. So that would be 1,200 plus 3 times 40. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where this is going. I'm trying to figure out how this is going to get a quadratic equation. So unless they multiply, okay, they're multiplying by 40 here. There's the other 1,200 plus 40x. Okay, just give me a second. I'm looking to see what they're doing here. There's the 2 equations. And you're going to multiply those 2 equations. My gosh. I'd rather be at the dentist appointment than do this problem. That's what they're doing. So instead of doing all that trash, this is what you need to do. You need to say, okay, 120 minus X. That's understandable. And then 1,200, that's your total, plus whatever the rent is, X, because the X is times the X of units. So in this case, write this down. It's going to be 1200 plus 20x, and then 100 minus x. So let's write that down before we forget it. So we're going to have 1200 plus 20x. Wait a minute, not 1200. It'd be 1000. Hold on a second. No, 1200. This is 1200. Okay. 1200 plus 20x. So 1200 plus 20x multiplied by 100 minus x. Okay. This is the 1200 per month. And then this is the increase per each unit. Oops, hold on. This is the $1,200 total rent that comes in. This is $20 per unit. This is how many units you have minus the number of units. So X is still the number of units. And that's going to be the FOIL method. So I'm going to turn it around and say 100 minus X. Well, it ain't going to matter how you turn it around. It's still going to be the same thing. So 1200 times 100. 1200 times 100 minus 1200x plus 20 times 100x minus 20x squared. And now you got to do all your multiplying, which is going to be 12,000. Let's see, that's going to be 120,000. But I'm going to check just in case, because when it comes to zeros, I really suck at multiplying. So 1,200 multiplied by 100. What?
I got 120,000.
Okay, and I can't even turn my computer on. Okay, let's check it, make sure. 1,200 times 100. Sometimes I mix my zeros up. So that's 120,000 minus, well, 20, that's going to be 2,000, right? So that's going to be negative 1,200 plus 2,000 is going to be positive 800x. Check me on that. And then minus 20x squared. So let's check and see what's 20 times 100. 20 times 100. There you go. And then minus 1,200. And that should be 800. Yep. So now we've got negative 20x squared plus 800x plus 120,000. And that's probably going to be equal to 0 because we want to find x. Now, you can do this. I tell you what, the easiest way to do this is on the calculator because all you got to find is your x-intercepts. So, and maybe your vertex. So I'm going to go to my handy dandy calculator and I'm going to type it in. Negative 20x squared plus 800x plus 120,000. Now that's your y-intercept, so you know you're going to have to fix your graph and have y equal to 121,000. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and delete this and graph, and of course it's not going to show it. We're going to have to hit zoom fit, and it still might not show it. So zoom fit. There it is. So you see your vertex is right here. This negative x-intercept is worthless. So if you want anything, let's find our vertex first. So that'd be second trace, and that would be our maximum because it's upside down. And left bound, I'll just pick that point. And then right bound, I'm going to pick right past the, and then guess, be right in here somewhere. So let's write our vertex down. Our vertex is 20 and 128,000. So our vertex is 20, comma, 128,000. And then our x-intercept, well, let's go over here. Let's zoom out a little bit. I have no idea what they're going to ask. They may ask us to plug and chug, and that's fine. But I'm going to go ahead and just open this up a little bit. And there's our x-intercept. So let's go find it. Second trace. And I'm just going to find 0. And I'm going to go down to left bound. Left bound is going to be right above the x-axis. Right below the x-axis. And guess. So at 100/0, that's our x-intercept. Now, the reason I'm not concerned with the other x-intercept is this is a practical application question, so chances are they really don't care about the negative x-intercept. So let's see what they ask. The number of apartments that be rented, I would say 100, and I don't know. So, if increases of $20 are made, the number of apartments, they just want 100 minus X, don't they? 100 minus X. I don't know if they want. Yeah, they're wanting us to build it up. The rent per apartment will be $1,200 plus 20X. Okay, determine a revenue function R in terms of X, given the revenue generated as a function of number of increases. Now, I would think that would be our formula, which is
that negative 20x.
Yeah, negative 20x squared plus 800x plus 120,000. For what number of increases? Okay, well, the revenue, we'll just put in y is equal. Go back to our, and type in y is equal to 124,620. And graph. And I'm going to blow that up for us. So zoom, box.
You have a work email.
And there's two values. So let's find the first one, second trace. And I'm just going to find intersect. First, second. Okay, give me a guess. Guess is right about there. So the first place that we get that is at 7. And 7, comma, 124, 620. 124, 620. So 7 apartments. And second, trace, intersect. And that one, and that one. And my guess, be right over here. And 33. I'd much rather put the frog jumping off the, this one is just too cumbersome. The number of increases, well, the number of increases, I would say they're going with the 33, but they may be going with the 7. I don't know.
I was just doing it as you were finding it, and
Okay.
it's 7, comma 33.
Okay, so 7 apartments and 33 apartments.
Yeah.
The rent should be changed in order. What rent should be charged? What rent should he charge in order to achieve the maximum? Maximum means vertex. So the rent should be 128,000. And my number locks is turned off since power surge. Hold on. 128. $1,600. I have no idea where they got that. Okay, I don't know where they got that. Because 1,600. That's for why. I don't understand that question. Let me see what they're doing to get that, because I always was taught that the max would be your vertex. Good God, look at all these parts.
Yeah, I looked at examples and I just didn't understand this one.
Well, don't feel bad. Okay, they're saying right here, what rent? Okay, to achieve the maximum rent, like if I found the vertex, duh, since right is 40 used. Folks, I still don't know where you got. Okay, because my vertex x is negative b over 2a. My x on my vertex, oh, I'm sorry, is 20. So multiply 20 times, they're multiplying 20. That means 20 times the raised, but 20 times, in my case, is 20 times 20. How'd they get 1,600? Divide 1,600 by 20, what do you get? That'd be 900. There's no 900 on this. Okay, I don't understand where they got that. Y'all see what I see here? They're taking 40 times x. And that's equal to, well, my 40 times x comes out to be 40 times 20, which is 800. And 800 plus 1,200 is 2,000. Am I reading that correct? My vertex, my x for my vertex, everybody see that? The vertex, the x of the vertex is 45. So 45 times 40. Mine would be 20 times 20, right? 20 times 20, which is 400.
And then
400 plus 1,200 is 1,600. That's how they get it. So let me show you how they get it so you can write it down so you can get this homework problem right, because that's the only reason you need it, because I would never put this on the test. All right. So what they're doing is they're taking the, I'm trying to find my, all right, what they're doing is you got 20x. All right, our vertex is 20, 128,000. So they want to find the max, so you got to take the x of the vertex and plug it into that formula. So 20 times 20 is 400. So that's the maximum you're going to get from 20 units. And you add that to the rent of $1,200 for all the apartments or whatever, and that's equal to 1,600. Ms. Davis, I hope this helps, but I'm not going to say it's going to help because, like I said, I've never seen this problem, and I would not put this problem on the test.
I was able to get through it with you doing it there and me just translating the numbers around.
Well, then I've done my job, because I'm going to be honest with you. Like I said, I've never seen this problem before.
Yeah, it's not a good problem.
It's not. All right, so let's get away from this. Okay, let's go to something else, please. And 120 or 110, I think I just finished that one, which was this one. Now I'm going to do this one. This is 3.435/17. Okay, this one's not bad. If a person shoots a basketball overhand from a position of 8 feet above the floor, then the path of the basketball through the hoop can be modeled by the parabola y is equal to negative 16x squared over 0.434 v squared plus 115x plus 8, where v is the velocity of the ball, y is the height of the hoop, which that's going to be 10 feet. So y is equal to 10 feet. And x is the distance from the hoop. So if the basketball hoop is 10 feet and you are standing 16 feet away, so that's going to be x, so you're going to find the velocity. So that's going to be negative 16 times 16 squared over 0.434 v squared plus 1.15 times 16 plus 8. Well, I'm going to get rid of everything. Before I do anything, I'm going to get rid of all the stuff I don't need. So take my handy dandy calculator, and I'm going to go ahead and add up this stuff right here, because this is all numbers. So, excuse me, 1.15 times 16 and plus 8. That's all 26.4. So I'm going to subtract that on both sides. Minus 26.4 minus 26.4. And 10 I know the answer is 16.4, but I'm going to do it just in case. Second answer. Negative 16.4 is equal to negative 16 times 16 squared over 0.434 v squared. Well, I'm going to clean this up a little bit. 16 squared, we already know that's 256, times 16. We know that's going to be negative. So negative 16.4 equals negative 4096 divided by 0.434 v squared. Well, I've got to get rid of this fraction, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 4.434 v squared just to get rid of the fraction. So I'm going to multiply this side and this side by 0.434 v squared. 0.434 v squared. And of course, that gets rid of that. And you're left with a big number over here. So that's negative 16.4. Negative 16.4 times 0.434. And that gives us negative 7.1176 v squared equals negative 4096. Divide by negative 7.1176. Negative 7.1176. And v squared is equal to, and I'm on, okay, so that's going to be negative 4096, negative 4096 divided by second answer. And that gives us 575.47 blah, blah, blah. 575.47 ... and raise that to the 0.5 power. I get 23.989. So V is equal to 23.989,057.49 feet per second. 24 feet per second. Of course, don't round it to 24 feet per second. Round it in the real world to the nearest hundredth. 23.99. 23.99. And you feel good about yourself. The maximum height of the basketball is approximately blank feet. Well, the maximum height of the basketball, we're going to have to, well, we can't, we got to plug that 23.99 back in to the equation so we can plot this equation and find the vertex. Because maximum means the vertex. So we're going to have to plot, we're going to have to put that 24 back in to the equation. I'm going to put 24. I'm sorry, I'm not fooling with that 23.99. I know my answer may be off, but I'm showing y'all how to do it. I'm not showing you how to get the correct answer. I'm showing you how to do it. So I'm going to use V is equal to 24. If that's okay with y'all, that's what I'm going to do. So handy dandy, V is equal to 24. Therefore, Y is equal to negative 0.1 or 16 x squared over 0.434 to the 24 raised to the second power. Sorry, my eye is itching. What does it mean when your eye is itching? Plus 1.15x plus 8. And do this math right here to get x squared with a number beside it, and then you can punch it in the calculator. So y is equal to, I'm going to go ahead and punch it in the calculator. Oops, I'm not going to do that. Okay, here we go. So that's going to be, let's go ahead and do the denominator first. 24 raised to the second power multiplied by 0.434 and divide by 16. So negative 16 divided by second answer. Okay, so there's your x squared. So your formula is 0.0640040963 x squared plus 1.15x plus 8. Move this over now. 0.06400, 0.06400, 409.63. Now I'm going to graph that. So, and since I use 24, I'm going to type all this in because mine is going to be a little bit off. So y is equal to oops, don't use your backspace on the keyboard, Hubert. Hold on a second. It's going to be positive or negative? It's going to be negative, isn't it? So negative 0.06400 409.63 x squared plus 1.15x plus 8. Now you know your y-intercept is at 8. So you know the vertex is going to be more than 8. Okay? And I'm going to take this out, clear, and graph. Whoa, that sucker's going way up. So let's zoom out. And you can use your window if you want to. I'm just using zoom out. There she is. Dang, did I put x squared on it? Let me do a zoom fit. Okay, I'm starting to think I got something wrong. Hold on. Good gracious. I'm going to keep zooming out. Heckgum. I hope I did my math right. Somebody check my math, okay? That sucker don't look like it's turning. It looks like there's a little curve there, but it don't look like it's turning at all. I hope I got my math right. I want to find the vertex, but I may have to go to the window to find it. There it is. So second trace vertex, which is your maximum, left, right, And my vertex is somewhere in here. Oh, hell no, that's not right. It can't be 6,258 feet in the air. Ain't no way that's right. I got something wrong. Somebody check my math is all I can tell you. Let me see what they're doing, because I plugged 24 back in. Let's see what they're doing. Okay, we did that. Did that. Did that. V is equal to what? They got V is equal to 19 feet. We got V is equal to 24 feet. Now you should take that 18.9 and you should plug it back in. And that's what they're doing. Okay, well, that's what we did. But, well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, they're using a quadratic equation to find their vertex. That's what they're doing. So their vertex, we should have got, okay, their H, or for their vertex, is 5.57. We should have the same. We should have the close answer. That's what I did. Did anybody do the math and come up with something different than the 0.06400?
I was trying to check it, but I think I messed it up too.
I think I messed it up. So I'm going to try it one more time. So that would be, I'm going to try it. What did y'all get? Same. You got the same, Mr. Parisi? Well, then we're either doing something wrong, or we're probably doing something wrong. So let's go with, no, I messed up differently. Okay. Well, we all mess up. I'm going to plug it back in and see if I get the same answer. All right. 24 squared equals times 0.434. 0.434. Okay, now I'm coming up with totally different answers now. Okay, now take negative 16 divided by that answer. 0.0, yeah, I got the same answer. Did y'all get that? Y'all check my numbers. 0.06400 409.63.
Yeah, mine's coming out the same.
Make sure I typed it in right. Negative 0.06400 409.63. X squared plus 115x. There's the problem. Y'all see it? It's still got another problem in there. Damn Russians. Reckon that has anything to do with it? That looks a whole lot better. I knew when that thing was doing 5,000, I'm like, really? Okay, zoom fit. Always clear it before you start. Now I'm gonna go up here, zoom in, or I'm going to go up here and make the center equal to the origin. Turn. It ain't very high. Zoom in. You might can just find the max with your. I'm gonna have to zoom in quite a bit. Zoom in. Well, we know it's above 8 because the y-intercept is 8. So we know it's above the x-axis. Okay, now it's not showing it at all. I'm going to go to the window. Go to your window. I'm sorry. Second table. And let's see where the we know that 8 should be the y-intercept. Have I still got something wrong in this problem? 8 should be the y-intercept. Why is it not doing 8 is the y-intercept? Second table, 8 should be 0. Oh, I'm sorry. 0 should be 8. There we go. And let's look at the values of y. 12.596, 12.914, 13. There we go. We know that it's between 9 and 10 feet. Okay, we know it's between 9 and 10 feet. So we're going to go back to the graph. We're going to go to trace. Well, I can't trace that way. I have to go to graph and trace. And that's at 9 or 10 feet. And I know we're running out of time, but right in here, and I don't know why, zoom in. I don't know why it's not showing my curve. I don't know why. Zoom in. There it is. Zoom in. And it's not much of a curve. And it's not showing. I'm going to zoom in one more time. Looks like a straight line to me. But when you hit trace, you see that it's something's not right. I don't think something's right, y'all. I'm going to have to figure this out. All right. What I want everybody to do for the weekend is go ahead and keep working on the homework. If you want to go ahead and try the test out, you can do the review test, the review test in the chapter 2. You can go ahead and start on that one. And then hopefully I can figure this problem out. I don't know why the graph is not graphing what it's supposed to, but it starts off graphing good. Zoom fit is what, 9? Well, what's zoom fit? What number is fit, y'all? Can y'all look it up? Zoom is 0. Okay, now we're getting that. I don't know what's going on with this calculator. Zoom standard 6. Okay, now we're going back to that. Oh, me, oh my, zoom out. I'm going to go over to the right a little bit. I'm trying to get this before y'all leave. I know some of y'all are combusting, but. Okay, now why didn't it show that a while ago? Second trace, maximum. There's the left. There's the right. And here's the vertex, y'all. There it is at 8.98 feet. At 8.98 feet, the y is 13.17. So that's your answer. Says to the nearest hundredth, 8.98. Now, if the calculator had done that to begin with, and mine's a little bit off, let's see what their answer is. Because I used 24 instead of, okay, oh, the highest is 13.16. We had 13.17. So mine's a little bit off. Oh, they wanted the height. I'm sorry. Okay, we'll go over that question. I'm going to leave that question in the homework, and we're going to go back over that one Monday. Okay? Let me check the roll right quick. And I apologize for the technical difficulties today. And turn off the recording.